Yeah, I haven't read the whole thing, but I was kind of just skimming it.
Okay, I'm recording.
I mean the revisiting.
Mm.
So this is like just a total curveball almost, but like what epistemological sin is Binswanger committing to be like turned on to this ether BS? Like
You have
what
you
did he
have to
let
you have to
slip
watch
in order to
you'll have to watch our review of that.
Okay. Oh right, I think you did. I think I saw like the first part.
He's
And then I was like
redefying mechanistic causality.
Yeah, it was weird.
Okay,
Like
interesting. See, gee, you should say stuff like that. He's verifying mechanistic causality, because then you can investigate each word there and make sure that you are on the same page about what they mean. But it's so concise, you know.
well, I was saying it. I was saying that, but like I said it concisely the way I said it, but like I didn't say it. I didn't say it that way. I said something else. I said
Well,
I said it was weird about how they accept like mechanistic causality is wrong, like the error of mechanistic causality in philosophy, and then as soon as it gets to like physics, they just like everything is mechanistic causality.
You know,
Like it can't be anything else.
I'm just G's
And it's
language
like
economist.
yeah, you're my language economist. But yeah, but I go into more detail about that in there. Like I sort of like investigate like what the fuck is it's a little bit odd. So what's going on here? So I kind of like explain what I think is going on there.
Ziggy Soy Dust said, "Voyant, I've actually never heard anyone say that. I don't know what he means, but let's see. Because of
Yeah,
social repercussions."
but
Oh,
I for my understanding of emergencies, I would recommend looking in like chess trajectory or hostage and like looking like searching for the examples of like the burning building and the earthquake. Right. Nobody's actually made that argument. Like you get what I'm saying? It's a straw man. Ziggy, what you're saying in basic text, right? It's a straw man, right? Nobody's actually made that argument. It's just like they like it's just like they rationalize it. Like that's all they can rationalize, and it's like they're struggling. Like how do I deal with this? Like I don't know how to deal with this. Uh, this thing here, man. It's just confusing them. It's like they don't see any alternative.
well,
They don't see any alternative, right? Because they're
hmm,
just trying to deduce it. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
there's something to
they're
that
missing a
whole
lot.
There's something to that whole methodology. I remember seeing this thing on Pessimistic Idealism's website where he was like arguing against some of this objectivist stuff. And a lot of it was, what Rand wrote, of course, but there were these like, like it was like an infographic looking thing, or like a chart. It was like a flow chart, and it had like all these categories of like metaphysical uh, concepts, and it was like existent, and then it went to action, attribute, and then within those it was like attributes divided into property, and it's divided into characteristic or whatever. And then it just went down this whole thing. I could try and find it again, but I think that you're right to kind of reject that. That's it's hard for me to like sum up, but it
Because it's
feels like that.
rationalism.
Yeah,
Peikoff
yeah, it
sums
just
it up
reeks
really
of
great
rationalism.
in Peikoff sums it up really great in understanding objectivism. Like he characterizes exactly that method as like the wrong method, and that's rationalism.
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
a
it
lot of
reminds me of
objectivists fall into it. he explicitly talks all about that. You could see in the thread where I'm talking in G resources where I'm talking about understanding objectivism. I posted a bunch of screenshots of like all the highlights I was highlighting about him saying stuff like that.
Hmm.
There's a lot
I
of
feel
stuff in there.
like schooling makes you more prone to that sort of reasoning. You're like, if
And
I
it's
can just
like,
memorize all the categories, then I'm good.
yeah. Well, that's exactly how math and everything is taught now.
Yeah.
And it's like I like instead of doing that, like I only really was able to understand these concepts like entities and properties when I started understand like things like thermodynamics, you know, symmetry group theory, fucking uh semantic theory like intentionality and extensionality, right? Stuff like that. I didn't even understand really properties until I understood all that stuff like at all. Like entities and properties and all that. I didn't understand it until I understood all that stuff. So I spiraled back, right? But like I had the like basic stuff like objectivism, you know, and entities and properties, but I didn't do that whole rationalist thing. I didn't, you know, try to freeze my whole uh just like form this whole rationalist like formalism of like entities, properties, existence, and like do all that stuff, you know? Like
Yeah.
maybe I got tempted a little bit here and there, and then I just like immediately just like I did it several times. You know what I mean? Like in different ways, and then I realized like, oh yeah, that's not working out. You know? So I
Well, the way
just
that I used to introduce
it
objectivism to
worked out.
people
What
was
worked out for
the
me
axioms.
is that like you know the spiral method, spiral theory of knowledge, right? Like you don't have a super solid understanding at first, and that's fine. You can spiral back because you have some recognition of it, some understanding. You don't need to define your concepts, dude. Concepts do not need definitions until they need definitions. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Interesting. Yeah, one question that I had asked a little while ago was like, how can you tell whether someone is using a word, like referring to a concept with a word or a floating abstraction? Because
Ask
people
them
will,
what is X? What is this? Ask them what is X, and if they give you a definition, they're a rationalist. If they point
huh,
to things,
huh.
right, then they're not a rationalist.
Well, if you ask them to like define like emotion, how could they? I guess you could point to
Yeah,
something, or you could
yeah,
like make a face.
yeah. You can point to like lots of different instances of emotion. What do you mean? Like you have a concept, you have the concept of emotion. Just
You
state the
shouldn't.
concept. Just point to what comes to mind, right? That's what the concept is for. It's
Interesting.
it's
Yeah.
a form of pointing, right? You're pointing to the reference.
Yeah.
Just do it. That's what the
Yeah.
concept is for. Like otherwise, you just haven't formed the concept. Like, well,
Yeah.
how could you have not formed the concept of emotion, right? In some way,
Mm,
you don't have to have a definition of it,
Oh,
right?
mm.
Voint, you shouldn't ask define X. You should ask what is X.
Yeah,
Refer
you
to.
ask what is X, but if they give a definition, that's a key. That's a very simple
Oh.
test, right?
Oh yeah.
If they give a definition, they're a rationalist. And whenever
Mm.
somebody asks me what is X, like what is this or whatever, I just point to whatever first comes to mind because that's what concepts do.
That's cool. That's a good idea. I like that. Huh. Interesting. Well, I think I made a mistake yesterday.
Right.
I
So yeah, what is emotions? What are emotions, Voyant?
oh man, being sad.
Don't try to think of a definition. You
Yeah, I
you
just
want to
said
just
it's being
literally
sad.
like yeah, being sad, but like that's the definition. Like those are words, bro. You know, you're giving a category. You know,
Well, I
that's an
can't point on
abstraction.
a VC, bro.
No,
I
just
have to use words.
like it's like Binswanger says, right? What a concept subsumes, right, is not it's not so much its reference, but what you know about it. Like it's like a Wikipedia article, right? Like you open a Wikipedia article, and it's just a bunch of information, like what you know about it, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
Like you get what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, what's an emotion, G?
Mhm. What first comes to mind, right, is probably like what you said earlier.
So boom.
What was it?
Were you like,
You
bro? You
said it.
like got on me about that.
What she said? No, what she said earlier about like feeling like something's being taken away from you. You know that anguish, right?
Hmm, okay,
That's what first came to mind for me. Like
interesting.
that anguish when you don't take the opportunities, like you let opportunities pass you by, right? And it's
Hmm,
just like
yeah.
you're feeling like you're losing something, right? And what you're losing is values, right?
Mhm,
Values, right? So it's telling you what emotions are giving you is information about your values, right? And the relationship to you, right?
it's funny you say that because the story that I was telling about that girl actually ended with me being like, I could get her number, but I kind of don't want it. And and then and then I just said goodnight. I just said see ya. And then I walked away and I felt this like pit in my stomach. I felt that anguish. And I
Mhm.
was like, something's wrong. It's like I've been tricked. And
Right, right, right.
and it was
And
me
what it, but
foregoing an opportunity.
it's you're picking up information about your values, right? You're attuned because you value it, right? Because it's already part of your life, right? It's what your life consists of is your values, right?
Mhm,
You get what I'm saying? It
interesting.
consists in your values.
I wanna get
You are what you take responsibility for, right?
huh,
What you consider as worth paying for, right? That's what values are, right?
hmm,
Paying for it in the currency of your own life, literally.
hmm,
Because life is finite, right? You got to allocate it.
yeah, that's interesting. Huh. Well, I'm
But like
still
like it's like there's invariance here, right? But like you're already attuned to these invariants, right? Just
and
like
variance is like when I'm using like concepts to talk about what my values are. Is that what is going on there?
here's what's going on. Yes, lectures on perception. Open lectures on perception.
Just send me all the lectures on perception. Yeah, that's
wait,
a really cool idea though, because
wait.
yeah, I wanna learn more about that values as like affordances. I feel like that's a really going to be a great insight for me.
Well, it's like think about it like this, right? I can't like it's like there's a specific order to like we were talking about this earlier. There's a specific order to me satisfying some affordance goal. Like I can't reach down and grab a book that's across my room from over here, right? I have to first approach it and then I can reach down and grab it, right? These are what these real possibilities like entail, right?
Mm,
You get what I'm saying? And it's like
yeah.
just think of it like in sort of reverse, right? Just like I'm losing it by retreating from it. I'm not able to reach down and grab it because I'm retreating. You know what I'm saying? I can only satisfy those possibilities, right? From the standpoint, like from the position, right? That I'm able to that's required to satisfy them, right?
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like what you were,
I think so.
uh, like you walked away from the girl, right? And then
Mm,
that's
yeah.
what then uh that was the pit, right?
Hmm.
That
Yeah.
changing relationship, right?
Mm,
Distance, right?
hmm.
Not doing the actions required to maintain closeness, right? That's what produces distance in a relationship, right? You don't have to choose distance, right? You just have to stop doing the actions that closeness requires, you know?
Mm, yeah. That is a cool. It's like I don't even know. It relates a lot to positive
It's like
thinking.
you value closeness, right?
Yeah.
And it's like it's just like the value is changing, right? Your relationship to it is changing, right? You're
Mm,
getting farther from it, right?
hmm. Yeah.
And that's just what the emotion is, seems to me, right?
Hmm. Interesting. Well, when I hear values as affordances, I almost think of like seeing what you could do, you know, with something or someone, and then you get this like anticipation or something like that, and then that's your sort of sign, I guess. Is that what you
No,
mean, or is that weird?
no, 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 not at all. That's not at all what I mean
Okay.
about values as affordances. Ah, look in the values note. Well, no, I was pointing to lectures on perception. Yes, for this. Um,
Well, the thing with the values on perception document was that at a certain point, I
yeah,
felt like I
I
was
know what to do
rereading
now.
stuff.
If you see, you saw the document on I know what to do now. Values, right?
Yeah, I was reading it,
Yeah.
but then I think you were kind of generating some of it, and so it started to like get very repetitive.
If you search bound or binding or bound, right? Search that.
Okay. Okay.
But also in VC text, look in VC text.
All
The
right.
image I just posted.
Do you want me to read it or what?
Yeah, I'm saying, what do you think? What looks like emotions here? I think.
The kinds are foreign number.
It doesn't seem like emotions are like emotion is perception. It's more like emotions are part of perception. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so. um, but that's
Like
but that's fine.
perception involves all four kinds here, right? And I
Okay.
think emotion might involve like maybe one, and it's just like one of the kinds. You know what I mean? And like distinguishing emotions from perception is just really just that's the distinction we're making here, right?
Well, I mean, unless you
It's
mean
never
to
really
say
separated
emotions
from.
and values are
It's
kind of
never.
similar. I'm
It's
talking
never
about values
separated.
and affordances. I'm trying to like concretize that or something like that.
No, I'm saying that like proprio perceiving and exproprio perceiving are never separated from each other, nor from pro extero perceiving or extero perceiving.
Okay. So I mean, we're distinguishing, we're differentiating them, but like they're all
But
happening, like they're all
like
the same,
there's also no there
or
there's
they're all
also
sort of
extero specificity, proprio specificity, pro extero specificity, and ex proprio specificity. When we're talking about the information, right?
okay.
Like Toby talks about that, like he says that elsewhere in the book. But
Okay. So what do you mean to show me with this picture?
no, I'm saying that emotion refers to one of these uh
Which of the
form.
four? Are you asking me which one I think it is?
Yeah.
Uh, hmm. Maybe pro exteroception.
Pro extero perceiving, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
The layout of surrounding surfaces relative to the layout of one's body.
Hand's location relative to hold. I like that how they give the like examples. I mean, it seems like I don't know. I guess it's hard to say whether you think first of like the
Well,
distance from
I think it's
hold to your
I
hand.
think it's the last one, really. Exproprial perceiving.
Exproprioception.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perceiving the layout of one's body relative to the layout of surfaces, right? Surrounding surfaces.
Okay.
I mean,
Why do you think so?
think about the gut example.
Hmm.
You're perceiving the layout of your body is literally like this sinking feeling in your gut, relative to the surrounding relations, right?
Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I feel like I get that, but I'm still like not very clear on the distinction between pro-exteroception and exproprioception.
Exproprio, what?
Exproprio
Proexer.
perceiving and pro-extero perceiving, like the difference between those. I'm just looking at the picture here.
You mean the third and fourth one?
Isn't that what you were saying? You were saying that it's
Oh,
exproprio perceiving.
I was reading from the first paragraph in the picture. Sorry. You see
Oh,
the first
okay, I see.
paragraph?
Yeah. Oh, I got you. All right.
Extero perceiving, proprio perceiving, pro extero perceiving, exproprio perceiving.
Hmm. Okay,
Exproprio
yeah, I
perceiving.
get it now. I get it. I
Yeah,
get what you're saying now. Exproprio perceiving is probably the one. Yeah. Huh.
the hold's inclination to the hand.
Interesting. Yeah, that is a cool idea. Man, here's another thing that like, eco this is something that eco psych can inform you about, with regard to ethics. Because I feel like I've spent a lot of time recently on like emotions. I feel like it's very undersold as like uh a guide in life, especially for like objectivists and honestly most people. Like they think of their emotions as just like these random sort of whims, right, or whatever, and then they just dismiss them and they're like, "Oh, I have to be rational," and it's like, no, your emotions are evidence; they inform you, and that's why I felt like this concept of deep cuts is important because it's like when you feel that anguish, introspection really should be done, and it's a lot different. It's very different. It's like different in not in kind, I guess, but it's very different from these sort of shallow cuts, like these emotions that are
I mean, think
sort
about
of
like when you start like fear, when you feel fear or like you start like your adrenaline starts rushing, you know what I mean? Like you're
mhm,
perceiving like your own like defensiveness really, like your own like
mm,
you get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. Like there are a lot of things that, like for example, when I went and talked to that girl, there was very
Like
little
it's
fear.
like think of it how like
There used to be a ton.
you are structuring, right? Your body is structuring like the layout of your body relative to the surface layout is structuring information, right? That's
Mm,
exproprio specificity, right? And that's
yeah, you
but
wouldn't you wouldn't
the
think to
thing
apply it to emotions, huh? Do I
the
not?
things that are structuring, right, the information is what's perceived, right?
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So like
Okay.
you're perceiving yourself, your body, relative to the surface layout, right?
Hmm.
But it's all
Yes.
part. It's all part, right, of all these. Like it's not separated from all these other kinds of perceiving. Like it's all one act of perceiving.
Right. Right. Yeah. Well, it's like there are a lot of these, like public speaking, for instance. Like when if you're terribly afraid of that,
What do you think?
there's a
Like
reason.
think of
Something you need to
the
investigate
root.
there emotionally.
Think of the root of emotion, right? Or it's like there's a similarity. Like there's like the root, the word like emotion and emotive, right?
Mhm.
You know what emotive is?
Emotive, I guess. I mean, capable of expressing emotions, or like
It's of or relating
obviously,
to
obviously.
emotions. Expression of
What?
emotions.
But yeah,
Search, search,
this is
search like the definition online. Emotive.
uh,
Emote. Emotive. You know, emojis. Right?
of or relating to emotion. Oh, characterized by expressing or exciting emotion. Well, there's a interesting point here that I wonder what you'd say too. Um, like when I go and talk to people
Like you
now,
gotta
and I know you walk
identify
up to them.
the experience, the
Oh,
emotion
you
with
just
the
interrupted me.
object. Sorry, I'm just saying you gotta identify with the object and not like with the feeling, right? Like emotions aren't it's not, that's not the object, right? It's not like that's like a indirect perception view. Like it's like I'm perceiving sensations. You know what I mean? I'm
Mm,
I'm experiencing emotions. You know, I'm feeling
okay,
emotions. What are
I
you
see what you're
feeling?
saying.
I'm feeling my gut sinking, right? I'm
Hmm.
feeling me tense up, right?
Yeah,
I'm feeling
interesting.
a
Yeah, okay, that's a
rush.
good point.
You feel me? I'm
Yeah.
feeling a rush of energy, you know?
Hmm. Right. Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll have to man, I want to write that down.
Yeah, hopefully we is recording.
Yeah, I'm recording all of this.
Sorry I cut you off. I thought that was just like an important point.
No, that's good. Well, like there are these things that used to cause fear to me that don't anymore. I used to get I used to tense up. I
Yeah,
used to
dude, roller
I used to
coasters,
feel
man. I
this
used to be so afraid of roller coasters, and then like I
hmm.
wasn't afraid at all. Like a year later.
Well, there were a lot of changes in my self-esteem and things like that led to
Yeah.
my eventual just lack of fear. It is just like a natural interaction to go and talk to someone that I hadn't talked to before.
Mhm.
Um,
And that
so it was
fluctuates. You know, like sometimes you feel like you feel a lot more anxiety. You know, but that's the wrong way to think about it. You don't feel emotions, right? You don't feel anxiety, right? You're anxious about something. You're anxious about things, situations, right? Encounters, right? You get what I'm saying? And you can be more or less anxious about encounters. Do you hear what I said?
yeah.
Hello?
I'm just writing it in VC text. I'm just sort of summarizing it quickly because I'm typing it on a phone. I said experiencing emotions or feeling anxious is a sensationalist phrasing. You feel about a thing.
Right, right. You know about. Right. I mean, maybe yeah, emotions is a form of knowing about your the layout of your body relative to the environment. Yeah, it's a form of knowing about. It's how you know, it's how you can know about the layout of your body relative to the surrounding surface layout, right?
Hmm.
So knowing about, it's cognition.
Hmm. Huh. That's cool. Yeah, I feel like the whole I know what to do now, whatever that doc was called, relates a lot to positive thinking. It reminded me of this
Mhm.
video that I saw once about this guy who's on one of those horizontal escalators or whatever. And he's
And
like,
that's what moral reasoning is really all about too.
yeah, yeah, that's true. But he's there's this video of this guy on this escalator and it's kind of pulling him back as he stands still. And then if he walks forward at like a slow pace, he stays still. It's only when he runs forward that he actually makes progress, and that's pretty much what you were saying.
Yeah, we can let's concretize this more. I like how we're concretizing emotions now.
Yeah.
Let's let's think of some more examples. What do you think?
Hmm. Well, one
Let's
thing
actually let's not think of examples like we're trying to invent examples. Let's think in examples. That's how.
I have an example that I've experienced. I was in Singapore recently, and I would walk. We were walking on this sort of strip with some shops and stuff like that, and we were all dressed up because we were ready to like go to some club or something. And I saw these two other guys, and they were just like real good looking, and you know, something was like, I think I invented this, but it was like something that was written on their face that made me sort of uneasy. And I think that I created that. I think what was really going on was that I thought of them as like my competition. I thought of them as like someone who would steal my values and or something like that. And I eventually realized on that trip from introspecting about it that like that's the wrong way to think about it. And it
Oh,
really
yeah.
changed a lot
Especially
for
when
me.
you're thinking about emotions. Emotions are a great source of information for
Mhm.
introspection.
Yeah, they are.
Like later on, you can introspect on like why you felt this emotion and all that. And Nathaniel Brennan's really talks all about that.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's sort of like remember what the ecological view of like memory even is, right? Like or like if introspection requires memory, right? This situation seems to require memory. What does that even mean? Right? Like I have to just am I storing the experience, the emotion somewhere in my brain, right? Or am I picking up the like a variance, right, specific to that that changing relationship, right, that I had, right? I mean, it's because like where I am now is specific to where I was 10 minutes ago, right?
Hmm.
It's 100% specific to where I was 10 minutes ago, right? Like I can point to where my laundry my washing machine is, right? And I can like take you with me, like come on, like I know where to go, you know, from right here.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because there's invariance
Yeah.
across vista to vista transitions, right? There's a lot more that goes into that. I mean, Harry Heft and Gibson, like from Gibson, he talked about vista to vista, like the invariance across that. And like Harry
What?
Heft, he talked about like navigation and place perception, right? In these terms, he has a bunch of papers on it, right? I'm just saying there's a lot more on this, like if you want to look more into it.
Yeah.
And I've
Well,
talked about it before.
I've heard some stuff about invariance, and it's usually related to like, perception. Like there's sort of an invariant here that like this step
Mhm.
height corresponds to, this person's leg length or something like that. They sort of perceive that invariant relationship. But I
Well,
wonder how
it's
are you
not
using it
just
the same way in this sentence?
yeah.
Or maybe you
Well,
want to
it's
look at my
not like
phrasing
that,
there.
but it's like I don't know you were if you were there or not, but like I've talked about it before about like memory, what we understand by memory, and the ecological view. I think I maybe typed it out in the chat too. Was it in the chat? Or Sakura's not here. I was gonna ask Sakura if it was in the chat or if I said it on the recording.
Hmm. Okay. Well, could you explain it again? Like
I mean,
quickly. You
I
you
really
don't have
don't
to go
want to
into
repeat
detail.
myself. I really don't want to repeat myself, bro.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's just
That's
like
I get it.
I mean, like
I can go and read it too, so it's
there's
fine.
invariance like across the transformation. Like I never just pop into existence just like anywhere just like out of nothing, you know, just like I never just pop into existence, right? I've I'm here because like there's like a history, right? The environment has a history, right?
Okay.
My relationship to the environment has a history, right? And there are invariants across those transformations, right? That can be picked up, right? Just like there's invariance across all possible positions and paths of observation in this room, right? You get what I mean? Were you there when we've talked about that before? The continuity of event transformations in the
I don't think
environment,
so. I don't
bro.
think so. Maybe I'll have to go back and rewatch it or something.
Yeah, because we talked
Because I
about
know
this.
you're wanting to focus on the emotional thing here,
Yeah, I know.
so that's fine. That's good to do. Because that's I feel like I'm starting to see more of these areas of like at least what Rand was writing on, and I'm like there are so many like I just there's so many opportunities in just this like area of like area to learn about, like to think about. And I feel like emotions and how you sort of use those well is maybe use those is a bad phrasing there, but like you see what I'm saying? Like the information that you can glean from emotions is like untapped in most objectivist literature. Maybe Nathaniel Brandon talks about it more, but
Yeah, it's like yeah. Nathaniel Brandon talks a lot about emotions. Talks
mm,
a lot, really good
I should
stuff
read more of
there.
his stuff because I've only read The Psychology of Self-Esteem by him.
Yeah. No, there's a lot better. Like, there's a lot more stuff like in his other works about emotions.
Mm, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna look into it. That and understanding objectivism are like the two ones that I really want to look into right now. Because I feel like you've been referencing understanding objectivism a lot, and I feel like there's a lot of good stuff in there. Honestly, I feel recently more and more like I understand how these, uh,
Think
that's
of
not to say,
like when you're like stuck, feeling just stuck. You know, like
okay,
there's degrees of just like when I'm trying to like pass through something or reach into something. You know what I mean? Like the emotiveness there. You know, the emotive
mhm,
dimension there, right? Is like very. It seems very like very like as I'm talking, I'm thinking like it's very tied to diminishing returns. You know what I mean? It's like like when you're trying to reach like from a certain posture and position, right? You're trying to reach behind like the couch or something to grab something stuck there, right? And it's just like you keep reaching and reaching, like trying to reach farther and farther, right? And like the more you're doing it, the more like you're experiencing, right, emotively, like how much strain like this is uh giving you, right? You hear what I'm saying?
what are you referring to? Like at the what was the prompt for this
Feeling
statement?
stuck. Feeling stuck.
Feeling stuck.
Yeah.
Okay. And then how do you get from there to the reaching into the couch analogy?
It's like the
Or metaphor,
movability
whatever.
of yourself, but like no, I was just trying to concretize it,
Okay.
like when I get stuck, you know what I mean? That feeling when I'm like getting stuck, and I'm like I'm not fitting, you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
it's just like I'm not fitting in, you know?
Okay, interesting.
It's
Yeah,
like
I don't.
fit. It's fitness. Oh, yeah, oh
Well,
shit.
sometimes I'll be. I feel like it's kind of an asymmetry between me and you because and other people in the VC because we will start a sentence and I think that we all have the sense that like G could talk at any moment, but when you start a sentence, usually we are like, well, I'm not going to interrupt him, because I wouldn't do that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Not really.
I was talking about the understanding objectivism, and then you like just started talking.
Well, you just said you wanted to read it.
Yeah, but I was saying that like more and more I've been understanding the way that like geniuses in their fields could like take these strides forward in their, whatever physics or whatever it was. It's like, you know, I'm not exactly sure how Einstein pushed the field of physics forward so far, but like I kind of understand what it would entail. Like I used to be just chronically uncertain of my ability to like induce, you know. And I
Mm,
feel like there's still a little bit of that, but I feel like I'm getting better at it. And it inspires a lot of confidence in me.
mm, mm.
I have this quote on my wall. It's the day when a man grasps that his senses cannot deceive him, that physical objects cannot act without causes, that his organs of perception are physical and have no volition, no power to invent or to distort, that the evidence they give him is an absolute, but his mind must learn to understand it. His mind must discover the nature of the causes, the full context of
Well,
his sensory
parts of that
material.
I don't. I'm not. Parts of that take me away from like, oh man, that throws me off. Like parts of it, like how like perception is not volitional. And like it's just like you're just interpreting, the data from the senses. you know?
Yeah. Well,
And I talked about
I
that
guess
in
what it
the
reminds me of is
Binswanger. I talked about that in the Binswanger Inductica review.
yeah, the full context of his sensory material is like a little bit like his
Like
mind must discover.
imagine if
Yeah,
this,
I see
like
that. I can see how
like
that's a little weird.
if the quote was like more ecological coded, you know?
Yeah, but at the end it says that is the day of his birth as a thinker and scientist, and it's like there was a there was like a day where I was learning about objectivism,
Well,
and
it's
I
like
like
remember what I said about concepts, right? And like the rationalist test, right? The test for rationalists.
yeah,
And I was just like I just use the concept and I just point to what the concept's referring to, I
hmm
just talk about
yeah,
what I know about the concept because what I know about its reference because that's what the concept is doing. That's what I'm doing. That's what concept means. It's just me doing this act right here, right? Of pointing to things that the concept refers to, right? The concept literally is just the range, right? And the range is defined by the invariant ratio of lesser difference, right?
hmm
And remember the boots discussion,
not really.
like
I
where I was
I
talking
got
about like
I got a bunch of them with them.
the colored markers and like the
Oh right,
context.
yeah.
Remember that, right?
Maybe not the entire conversation, but I remember you
This gives
mentioning
you
the
a very
marker.
clear idea about how the invariants, right, that concepts uh work with, right, that support concepts, right, are literally all around you when it's literally just like this object in front of you right here. It entails the range that it falls under, right? Because you already formed the concept, right?
hmm
But you see,
Yeah.
right? It's just like I was talking about like with the context, right? With in Boots thing, right? Like we're just looking at the pens or whatever, right? But it already entails like the range, like the invariance, right? The ratio of lesser difference, right? Because it's like it falls under a range, right? In respect to all these other objects, right?
Hmm. So then you're sort of, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but do you, does this imply that like the main sort of task that you're not the main task, but you perceive this invariant relationship between these
Yeah.
things, and
Well, you
then
don't perceive the
the
invariant, you
main,
pick it up and you perceive the object, perceive the reference,
sure,
right? It's like
hmm
bro, like
but
you don't perceive
how
like
about this?
this is the confusion. Like, is a concept an affordance? Do you perceive concepts? Like, it's just another way of perceiving the object. Literally, just like how walking around and looking at it from another angle is another way of perceiving it, right? Just different,
Well, it's
picking
like
up different
affordance.
invariants, picking up different
What
invariants
I'm
of everything.
Well, what I was getting at with that sentence was that Damn it, I always lose my train of thought too, and you fucking
Sorry.
interrupt me,
Sorry, I'm just saying the
dude.
object is what structures information, right? And it structures information
Mhm.
like inexhaustibly. Like there's all this information. It's rich with information, different information, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, the thing I was gonna say was like before I put a word to this idea of like a deep
Mhm.
cut, it would sort of breeze past me more easily than after I like kind of have a label for it. And so I'm like, is that sort of what's the significance of that final step to you? Like, is there some way to like eco
But that's what we
translate it?
use words for. What
Mhm,
do you think we use symbols and stuff for? Right? Symbols, I can write down some symbols, right? And I could walk away and I could come back to them, right? And the
mhm,
symbols, they just like they persist over the time scale of like my purposes, right? So
mm.
you get what I'm saying? I can attach to those symbols something I have independent access to, right? And it's
Well,
like
the
I can
word also
yeah,
almost makes it
exactly.
more.
The
It
word.
almost highlights it.
I don't have to write it down. Writing down is just one form of it. It's just the word because of the way symbols are structured syntactically. They're ordered in a one-dimensional sequence, right? And so like just this order is invariant, right? Like the word WORD, right? It has this order, right? It's one-dimensional syntax, right? This symbol sequence, right? So I can use the word to just like the word is just it's gonna stay WRD, you know, it's not gonna change to like WOXRYD, you know, the next day. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah. Well, it
under
almost
the under
when I
the
use a
English
word
language.
to when I use a word to
Under
refer to
the
these things, it becomes
sorry, just
more
like on the time
obvious.
scale of which the English language changes, right? It's relatively persistent, right? The word, the syntax is relatively persistent, uh, relative to like my own purposes, right? Like the time scale is a lot larger at which words change in English, right? In a natural language,
Sure. Yeah.
and that's why I can use words to like have like a label and like just uh like like attach a concept to it, right?
Hmm.
But that's just like how language works.
Hmm.
It's syntax. I mean, this it's syntax is what gives its like repeatability and like uh you know it's like it's very it's very cheap. You know, it's very cheap to repeat to remember. Right? It's very cheap to remember a word. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's like why do we think in words? Why do we think? You know what I mean? And we don't really
Yeah.
think in words. You know, like there's no words like being written down, right? When we're thinking. But it's just like
So what?
we think
I feel like I
with
kind of visualize words sometimes though when I'm
yeah,
thinking.
we do it because of they're very cheap, right?
Yeah, it's
It's a lot more
economical.
costly to sort of like visualize a whole scene, right?
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Once I hear the words
They're
more than I see them.
economical units.
Yeah, that's it's economical. It's very cheap.
Mhm,
They have a like great symbols are like you know like great symbols are very like they have very small number of discriminable features like they're minimally discriminable like they're very easily discriminable by just like very few features, right? Like uh if you put one symbol next to another like you can very easily discriminate them, you know what I mean?
mhm. Well, my thing about that was that like it not only does it serve to make it more repeatable and sort of resilient, but also like
Right.
using a word to refer to
Yes,
things like it
but
makes it
think about
more
it, think
prominent
about the
in
word,
my
right? Like
mind. Brother, I
Yeah, yeah.
cannot put
But
100% this run of these two of you.
the symbols themselves don't carry the invariant, right? The invariant order is really expressed in like how, word, right? The sound, right? Right? There's an
Okay.
invariant there, right? You get what I'm saying?
Are you responding to what I'm saying, or are you adding on to what you
I'm
were
just adding
previously saying
adding
that you,
on. Sorry.
bro? You're bro. Okay. All right. Well, I'm. That's crazy. That's genuinely like something that you should work on.
Sorry, I'm just
I
like
don't know how you
thinking.
do in like real conversations, but I'd be curious to see.
Well, G's the
Well,
pedagogue
I
here,
don't
so like what I wrote in VCText, like the reason he's like interrupting is because you're telling this to G, he just has to catch it. That's it.
Yeah, okay. Make your point again. Sorry. I lost. I was just focused on
Because you're
something else.
telling this stuff to him already. Okay.
Yeah, I
I'm
just
saying that to use a word to refer to things highlights it in my like it almost like attunes me to that thing. Like it would be harder for me to
it's more
differentiate
like
between
you're
like
independently
something that's
attuned.
what?
I think you're independently attuned to it.
What do you mean?
It's not the word. The word's not the source of the attunement. It's you're independently attuned to it, and then you're just using the word to sort of make that attunement like very sort of like cheap to uh what's it called to sort of like to like enter that attractor again, you know.
Okay. Well, I don't know what an attractor is, but why do you think that the attunement comes first?
Because the word doesn't give you that, obviously.
Okay. So what gives you attunement? Like what leads to that?
uh
Or how do you
perceptual
how do you attune yourself to something? I
perceptual
guess I don't
learning.
know. Okay.
You pick up the right information, like you're picking up like more like the information that's economizing your behavior more. So it's like like a what's it called? Uh like a beginner dribbler in basketball, right? They're really forceful. This is an example in intro to ecosec. You know what I'm talking
Mhm.
about? They're really like forceful with it. Trying to control the entire downward like um like movement of the ball, right? You get what I'm saying? But then they learn to differentiate their movements from the world. Like the world or is already like acting on the ball, right? Like it's already pulling it down. Like gravity's already pulling it down. You know what I mean? So you can you learn, right? You pick up the information that's like that. It's like it specifies like the schedule of like when and where you should deploy like the forces, right? For like the most economical, more economical uh behavior. You get what I'm saying? Like I just apply it like at the what is it called? The highest like the highest point in the arc, you know what I mean, of the ball, right?
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? And I just push it slightly, right, in whatever direction I want it to like be able to bounce up back in, right? And
Mhm.
gravity will do the rest of the work, right? The environment does the rest of the work.
Mhm.
But it's because I've learned that. I've differentiated my movements from the movements of objects around me, right?
Okay. Interesting.
That's
Okay.
really
I got you.
what attunement is, right?
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, and also I want to. Yeah, I think we. Um. I think that's fair. I think that's very fair. He was saying in VC text. He's like, if you host VC unprepared material, you'll want to be authoritative. You'll want to make sure that you get your point out. Um, which is it's very fair. But also the reason that I'm like, and normally if it was like lecture time, I would agree and I'd just kind of shut up for most of it. Um, the reason that I was like resisting at this point was because I was like, well, most of the people have left. So at this point, it's more of like a conversational dynamic than it is like
No,
a
yeah, it's my bad.
lecture. We're kind of moving from stuff thing to thing.
I was just like really like lost in like thought for a second. So
Yeah, you're good. I feel like you could like sometimes that'll happen. I'll get this like idea and I'll be at my laptop on like a notepad or something and I'll write it down. And then I don't have to say it out loud in order to like have the idea now saved somewhere.
yeah, 'cause
I
it's
don't
just
know if
like
that's something that sounds appealing to
I
you.
know how to get back to it. Yeah, remember? I know how to get back to my laundry machine, right?
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
know where it is.
But wouldn't writing it down be more permanent? I don't know what you mean to say there.
Well, I mean, like I can write it down, and then like it's like I know what I need to do to get back to it, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Just like it's here in this like folder here. I just gotta open it, and then like
Mhm.
look at what I was saying about it earlier, right?
Hmm. Yeah. So, do you have any interesting like thoughts on what we've said in the last like hour?
Come on,
No, I was just recording it.
my language economist, bro. Come on.
I mean,
That's
I
a
wrote
good
about
thing
like
to be.
emotion and VC text.
Oh yeah. Here, let me
It
check
like
that.
it lets you perceive your values directly.
Oh, let's see.
Well, no, that's just what perception is.
I did also send a message trying to understand the feeling part, get a decent idea on it.
I don't know why you're saying emotion is what allows you to perceive values directly. That's just what perception is. Like you perceive the values and meanings of the environment directly.
Here we go. You sent the sad face and the happy face.
Oh wait, in general chat?
One
I think it
score.
was in VC text where he
You're
said
very quiet.
or are you thinking about something else?
The
Whoa,
emotive dimension.
bunch of ignored
You
messages here. Oh yeah, it's all Ziggy and Alan.
Yeah, I don't know what they're arguing about. I'm just gonna
the
leave it.
emotive dimension.
They're oh man. Oh bruh. So Tabby's posting more face stretching. Bro.
You're very
I
quiet.
gotta
It's
just
my
leave this
fault.
alone. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
have to I have to tune my mic. That's my bad. But no, I sent a
Yes.
message trying to understand the feeling thing. So I can understand what G meant. Like you're not feeling this, but your emotion, like you're sad about the situation, or this object makes you. This object is, it's you're sad about this object or about the situation, and because
And I think it's like people I think people might like start already from a bad spot when they enter into it, like trying to sort of rationalize like, okay, I'm starting with the concept sad. And then just like, okay, let me try and deduce. I mean, sad is really abstract, bro. Sad
yeah,
reduces a lot of distinctions, right?
that is true.
You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of different, very radically different emotions, right?
No, that's fair.
You get what I'm
Like,
saying? So it's
like
like,
what's? Go ahead, go ahead. My fault.
no, sorry. Yeah, I'm just saying it's like it's too abstract to start there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you probably want something like I don't know, not
Like
sad
like I was
because
talking about, like I was giving some great examples, like how you feel a rush, like your body tensing up, you feel like
adrenaline.
a pit sinking in your a pit in your stomach, you know.
Oh, the anguish part. You guys are talking about anguish.
Yeah, but I was also like you feel some like when you feel a rush like of energy, you know.
Adrenaline?
Yeah, but like you feel like
Maybe.
hyper vigilant, right? That's more. You get what I'm saying? Like your
Like your
sensory vigilance,
like your
has
senses are on alert because something
yeah,
bad
you're
happened or
alert.
something. Okay, like
You know,
something
those
happened.
are all examples of everyday like emotions. You know, like you hear a loud sound, boom, like you're alert. You know, you start being more alert. You know,
You perceive the unusual event, and now your senses are heightened up. Like you have to be vigilant because you don't know what's happening. This is unusual compared to your usual daily basis, daily activities.
it's like it's more like I need to know so I need to be more alert like to know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, somewhat. I'm getting there.
That's why somebody boom, I'm alert. Why am I alert? Because I need to know. I start being more hyper vigilant like suddenly because I need to know what's going on, right?
Mhm. Right. Okay. What the? No, no. I need to start looking at general chat. I don't know what the hell's going on. Okay. I should actually finish typing to Green. How do you say his name? But I'm basically while you guys were having that conversation, I was
I mean
talking to
shit, bro.
Arbo.
Another great example. Whenever you get bricked like whenever you get bricked, you know?
I
That's
need
a
to know
that's
what I like. What's gonna be bricked?
yeah, no cap, but like that's like this like of the same sort of like class as, you know, a pit forming in my stomach, right?
Right.
I'm getting bricked up. Just
Is
like I might tense up, right? For some other reason. Wait, what do you think about that, Voyant?
yo,
Bro, I was
man
about to get in
sucks,
the
yo.
shower.
What do you think
Yo,
about
Anyway,
that, Voyant?
Void, you
What do you
better
think
not
about that?
think about G breaking up.
I was about to get in the shower. I'll put you in looking, bro.
he
I'm
said no
muted.
comment. No comment.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I mean,
I
that's
agree.
like that's an example of emotions, right?
Gotcha. I should read more.
Bro,
I know I should read more into Daniel Brandon, honestly, but I should read more on that emotion because I thought about it of how we usually describe emotion, especially with aesthetics. Reason why I came here in the first place was aesthetics. I was on a hunt for aesthetics. I found objectivism. I was like, cool, but I
Yeah.
think I need something a bit more. You know, I think this is not
Mhm.
enough, and I think some of the things I ran said wrong about. Oh, the brain does this. You feel like this. I'm like, especially after this whole
It's not the brain, of course.
yeah, it's not the brain, of course. Especially after the whole ANCAP doggo thing, I realized that wait, this still gives an opening to Kant's stuff. This gives an opening to Plato stuff. So I realized that yeah, I need to, especially after when I was talking about when I first talked about design and oh these patterns gives us our brain a tingly feeling, you know, because that's what they teach in design school. Very wrong.
Yeah, think about the metaphors we use to describe emotions, the language we use. We use very like textile, like body language. You know what I mean? Like the
Right.
body morphological language.
Oh yeah, you said something about textile before. Hold on, I think you said something about this before. Hold on, let me type it up.
But you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
The language we use, the metaphors we use to describe emotions, right? Are very like, you know, like a pit forming in my stomach kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Oh wait, you guys talked about it a few
A
amount of times
sinking
too.
feeling in my stomach, in my abdomen.
Right, right. Sure. Damn. But yeah, I should get back to texting Arbor. I was texting Arbor about the aesthetics thing, and honestly, I think this is just feminist stuff. I think I'm just arguing like a feminist view versus individual, me being an individualist with this type of stuff. Because off topic, my bad, but I think it started with Fancap Doggos. Like had dog say like flat chest, and then he had a conversation about it, whatever, and then he kind of started to say something interesting, which I would like. It goes back to aesthetics. How would you create the character if you don't really like it? And it kind of just shows me that he didn't really like the anime style. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fine. But the problem came in with his it kind of just took let's say, because I know a Filipino who's like 4'11", flat, flat chested, whatever, 20, 28, I think at this point, small. Um, you
Maybe
could
if
say
there was a
she's
woman in here, like, I'm sorry, I just like I have a
petite.
very I'm
Is it
right now I'm having trouble like I'm asking myself like what is sadness like, and so like maybe if there was a woman in here, I would have a better I would be able to.
Tabby? My fault.
You get what I'm saying?
It doesn't make sense to just feel bricked up, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking, hey, I get some of the shows and some of the stuff have bad relationship values and stuff like that, but the video he sent me,
No, yeah, I
um,
meant like arousal. When you're like super like bricked up, dude, and you just like have this wash. It feels like a
No,
wash over you, you know?
I mean,
It's
like
like
well,
that being bricked up and kind of exposes the phrasing of like feeling emotion and stuff.
yeah.
You can't
But
just
you know what
feel
I mean.
bricked up without being bricked
I
up.
know what arousal feels like, but I don't really know what sadness feels like. I'm having a hard time pinpointing because it feels like I don't know. Sadness is really abstract. You know, it's like it's too many emotions, right? Distinct emotions that it just like collapses into one. You know?
it used to get to this conclusion.
Can somebody give an example of sadness?
I guess being depressed. I guess I don't know, but that's too abstract too. No,
Right, right. I need a concretization here.
melancholy. No, that's also that's just so.
I mean, recently I've only been bawling, so no sadness.
Huh?
I'm just bawling shit.
I mean, kids are great examples, honestly, for the emotive dimension because they don't know how to hide their emotions, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you guys think of like an example like a kid? You know, like a kid gets really sad. You know, what are they really perceiving there?
I mean, like his
Uh,
ice cream melted. He's like,
Ice cream melted
Mhm.
down. Pie guy's toy taken away by a bully or something.
But it's like a distinct feeling. Like when my ice cream melts when I'm a kid, I feel it. You know, I feel it. What is it? What is that? It's like a different. It's different. It's not just that I lost it. This it's not grief, right? It's not just grief.
Right.
It's not that I just lost it, and it's not. It's close to
Devastated,
like
I guess.
it's close to like potentials being unfulfilled, but it's different. It's more like
it's like uh you're
Disappointed, devastated.
aware of your negligence. Like a child like looks over at
yeah.
his like ice cream cone,
Hmm.
it's melted
Hmm.
and like he's sad.
Right. It's like disappointment in yourself. You know what I mean? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Can't believe I let this ice cream melt. Can't believe I was careless. Hold on, let me finish typing this shit.
It's like sadness is like
Oh.
I should have cared more. You know what I mean? It's like you know what I mean? Like when you feel sad, it's like I should have cared more. It's like it's about like telling me I should have cared more. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
But this is like it's like an independent thing. Like how do I care more? What do I need to know to care more? What do I need to know? What do I need to do to care more? That's a different thing. That's like I need to like the emotion sadness might trigger the search to sort of like search for what I need to do to care more, what I need to know to care more. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like have a striking example that like popped up in my mind.
Hmm? What'd you say, we?
I have like a striking
Uh,
example. It's like Freeran that she lost. Like
you're
the guy
you're you're
died.
like you're cutting in and out.
Uh,
Yeah.
hold on.
Okay.
You're cutting in and out.
Like in the anime Freeran, like she a guy died and she like only then she realized that she should have cared more about him.
It's like a thing I cared about, you know? But it's not the fact that I lost it, it's the fact that I know I should have cared more, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why sadness is so overwhelming, you know? It just like floods, you know what I mean? And a lot of emotions I'm noticing, they feel like washing over you. They feel like something's crashing into you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like being filled with something. Something's flooding like you're you.
You're
Something's flooding.
drowning.
Yeah.
You're drowning.
You get what I'm saying? Something's flooding in. Something's crashing into you. Something. It's like that's a very apt way to describe a lot of emotions. I think it's washing over you, whatever. Like rain. Like it can feel like rain, or like you know.
Is your battery how low is your battery?
It's
Because I
pretty low.
see yeah, I see I'm hearing a little bit of a body voice right now.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good, you're good.
What were you saying? You were saying something. We
Uh, no.
like. I think I cut you off.
No. I think I said everything. Said everything I wanted to say.
I mean, can you like continue where I was with what I was going? You know, like what are your thoughts about what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, they feel like uh, they flood in. You become aware of them really quickly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Emotions are very quick and like transient. You know, usually
you
they
can
sort of
tell
disperse.
immediately because that's what the emotion. It's a part of perception.
Hmm. Honestly, flooding. I'm thinking of anger or hate like boiling water. Instead of just
Yeah,
flooding, it's like
yeah.
rising water or just rising heat coming coming up, building up. You know,
Mhm.
that's what I'm thinking about with
Like
hate.
when you're in a sauna.
Yeah, but it's just getting unbelievably hot because of
It's
the
like
situation.
all of these different ways of just describing like it's just like you know there's different like living in Miami, obviously living in Florida, you know, like all these different uh
Yeah.
like all these different rain, all these different like degrees of like rain, like sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's like spattered all over the place, sometimes it's really close together, sometimes it's really fine and like misty, sometimes it's like really humid too. You know what I mean?
Very human. Holy fuck, man. I don't like,
Sometimes it's
man.
like pricks like bullets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. It, man. The
And
worst
sometimes it's
part.
like it's like really heavy. You know, it's like it starts flooding everywhere, like the environment really quickly. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
sometimes it's not so much for there's all the different ways, and just like also like a sauna, you know, it's like a different way of describing, like it's just like water like coming
Water
on your body.
vapor.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't lie. Don't enjoy the aftermath the way, since I'm not really in the city. I think
Yeah, and
it's
when I
that
what
happens in the
first
city as
came to
well.
mind was like rain, like when I thought of sadness, you know.
Yeah. Should not play certain bad action. My ass still typing this shit. Uh,
Or just like heavy clouds, you know, like it's about to rain, like it's just really gloomy, you know. Like I should care more about like where I'm gonna go right now. You know, I should I should figure out where I'm going right now and find some fucking shelter because it's about to rain everywhere.
I don't feel sad about rain.
Rain can be peaceful at times for other people.
No, I'm just saying it's like I should care about where the fuck I'm going right now, like and how fast I get there because it's about to rain, you know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like sadness is
Sometimes you
about
smell the
I
rain too.
should have cared. I think it's more about that.
Yeah, probably should have cared.
I should have. It's for me. It's
Like
like, damn. I should have prepared for the
when
rain.
there was rain forecast and you didn't bring an umbrella, like, and it rained,
Hmm.
and you have to go home, but like uh yeah.
What happened? We are you there?
Yeah. uh like you have to go home but you didn't bring an umbrella and it's raining, so yeah, yeah, that's like, that would be sad.
So you're breaking up a little. We.
uh I'll write it in VC texts, I guess.
Uh, I'll continue writing this stuff
Like,
on my
well, yeah, okay, but like when you get sad, imagine like when you're watching a movie and you start getting sad, you start tearing up, like you know your throat closes, like your throat starts getting like swollen up. You know what I mean? And you're like your eyes start getting puffy. You know what I mean? Your face starts getting puffy. You know what I mean? A lot like
Mhm.
you know, there's a pit forming in my stomach. It's a lot like that. You know? So
Yeah.
my throat's tightening up.
Okay. Break down. I want to make sure you get all these points right there. It's easier. So.
I think we should wrap up. How's it
What
pronounced?
happened?
Wrap,
When it's
uh
so easy.
wrapping up.
he said we should be wrapping up. I mean, it is 12:30. I'm just writing my response to Arbor.